Yo, what's up, Pump Down and friends? You know the drill. Get you all collected while I have a little smoky poo. Somebody's like, no sound. I'm like, yeah, I'm hitting the bong, bro. What's up? Hope you guys had a great trading day so far. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let's see what happened here. So, well, we had this new week opening gap last night, so that was very interesting. And obviously, you guys had it on your charts. Now, this morning, don't remember what time it was, but it was before opening bell. I was mentioning have the new week opening gap on your charts. And if you know, then you know. So that was the draw. And coincidentally, ICT was saying to his private mentor students, his private mentees, he was saying the draw was lower as well. Now, I'm not in that group because that's before I joined. That's like charter stuff from years ago, but it's algorithmic. So, of course, we're going to see it the same. We're both reading price. So, that was pretty cool. It was fun. So, still on a discipline train. Still on the discipline train, I did break a rule. I did not wait for the 15-minute. I didn't. And, I was sitting there going, and I'm not going to wait for it. I'll show you why. The first rule of a really solid trading day is London will do absolutely nothing. That's like not just my first condition, it's pretty much everything in the trust that I have, in the confidence that I'll have in taking a trade that will provide me a sustained price run, is if London does nothing. And this is London doing nothing. I was actually really surprised to see this morning that London had done nothing, and it had not really come back into the new week opening gap. So I was like, wow, that was awesome. So this morning, it was kind of looking a little doomy here for a second, and I was waiting for this puppy. All right. I wasn't convinced here, and I was just like, and I missed the trade at first. I mean, I would have showed you guys if I was in there, but I wasn't. And because I was waiting for that. When London, it's just, it repeats. This is the model. This is the cat's ass of trading profiles. It doesn't get any freaking better than this. Coming 2025, this is all I want to wait for, is this right here. I never want to do anything else but this. I don't want to try and trade, just London doing stuff, and this is it. This is all I want to do right here. This is going to be my entire trading career for 2025. With the time stop of 3 p.m. See, my trade this morning is on Twitter. You will see that my execution is in this guy here. And I went in with 2. I took a partial right here. No, where was it? Yeah. Or was it here? One of these 2. And then left a runner. No, actually, my partial was here. It was right here. And then left a runner, and bam, it just got smacked. It was awesome, right to the point. Relatively no drawdown. Just awesome. So somebody was asking about the gap here. I seen that your entry was here, and it's not my goal to get you to be shorting down closed candles. This takes a great deal of experience and patience to be able to sell short into an up rally. Okay, so you can get the best possible premium price. So when you see this balanced price range here, realistically, this should be orange. And it's also a Reaper fair value gap. So you can make it purple too if you wanted. Wouldn't make a difference. But this puppy here, look at that. Wham! Right to the new week opening gap. Upper quadrant. Very nice delivery. When it's this freaking nice, this is all I want to do. And I'm just like the rest of you. I have my own demons that I have to conquer. I have new levels, new devils, they say, and it's totally true. So this December I'll be refining my trading plan, and I'll share it with you guys. So if you were in the private mentorship DM, you would have known I was looking for sell side liquidity here at these relative equal lows here. And when I put that chart out, we had closed this 15-minute candle here below the consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap, bearish order block here. So it did. This is what when I sent that out in the DM, that candle had closed there. So just the same as the 5-minute up in here, it's my goal to get you to sell short up rallies. So this would have been one of the most beautiful military grade entries you would have ever taken if you've seen it. I tipped my hand to you, told you where I was looking for price to reach, and target acquired. So as far as the 15 minutes concerned, now that we've got the benefit of hindsight here, this one would have been really sketchy to take just because of all the gap risk. However, it was pretty much military grade in its delivery from the entry. Why would you consider that an entry? Well, because it closed below the tail in a very dynamic fashion. So, yeah, it swept sell side liquidity here, right here before this entry. Very, very sketchy. That's just what it is. So how could you have trusted an entry here? Well, if you would have went into your 1 minute time frame, so make sure that you've got this candle delineated. That's the start of the candle. And we're playing that 15-minute cycle. So once this candle starts here, it trades up and touches our point of interest. It slams down, shifts market structure. I mean, maybe that would be your entry, but you'd be using the top of the candle for a stop loss, and eventually it gives something. But that right there, that's your entry technique if you're playing the 15-minute order block. So you've got price stabbing up into it. You've got a lower high, a higher high, and a lower high. There's your swing high right there. Okay? In your little premium market of this little range. This is also a bearish breaker in the 1 minute time frame. So two opportunities, well, three. 1, 2, 3 opportunities to get short on the bearish breaker here, and then slamming it into sell side liquidity. And the new week opening gap comes back up for the breaker one more time, and wham. So if I lost you there, what we're doing is trying to figure out if we can trust being able to take an entry here or wait for the midway point of our wick, or if not, this up close candle here, here, here. There's many places for you to get in sync with this run, but you got to trust it. Now, when you slam all the way down like this is all your gap risk here, because price could, if it wanted to, be a total butt nose, come all the way back up for this. I would have actually preferred that if I was playing the 15 minute. I wouldn't have taken a trade today, for real. No, that's not true. I would have taken this one. This one was totally obvious. But as far as the morning goes, if I was just sticking with the 15 minute and not playing the Judas here on this specific protraction profile, I would have missed this trade. I wouldn't have taken it. This is too much gap risk for me. You can decide if you're going to go, okay, well, I'm going to take a shot. Boom, I'm in. I'm just going to use a 50 tick stop. And that would have, and if it stops you out, you can try again here. Now, when this is coupled with the mitigation block and our order block, I love this setup. I friggin' love this. It's my favorite. So, unfortunately, price didn't want to come back up for that. If you were waiting for that this morning, if you didn't trade, good job. Good job. I'm proud of you. If it wasn't obvious, if you were like, oh, that's not really what I'm looking for, then congratulations. That's massive. That's like your discipline factor is at a 10 right there. So the model wasn't exactly perfect, but it was perfect in now that it's in hindsight. But at the time, nah, I would have been waiting for that for sure, or at least half of this wick, maybe somewhere in these two up close candles, right? Just half of these up close candles here, right there, and then we'll measure that tail there. See what I mean? That's a good sensitive price point if it was to come back up into there. So really kind of sketchy. We're already seeing some pump side off the sell side liquidity. So last night on the YouTube, I was mentioning that I don't have any levels for you. And that was before market open. So this one would have been obvious to put on your chart. Do we flip this and come back up to the new week opening gap? Maybe buy side liquidity. Let's check that out. So this could be our SR flip here. And then we'll just have this on the chart. And we're just going to measure order flow. So I have had no expectations. Absolutely zero. So I played today without a bias whatsoever. And so this is what I was talking about last night, about letting things be obvious to you. And it has to be obvious to you. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to give you pointers in the morning. That's for you to study. I'm not going to tell you that's going to work. I'm not going to help you get into a trade. When you're sending me, stuff in the morning, I review it later and then I go over your questions the next day. So it's your studies and your abilities will be the confidence you need to be in a trade. That's how it works. So you don't need to message me for confidence. You'll just be able to decide for yourself if you want to pull the trigger and put up your risk appropriately. And it all will work out. You'll have so much less headache. And take it from me, okay? You'll have so much of a less headache not forcing it. And just chilling out. So do you see how this 1 minute time frame, top right corner here, how we're just launching off those stops right there? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So minor buy side liquidity right here, and then we'll see how price action reacts when we get there. Closed a nice 1 minute candle here. So I'm going to pick this whole chubby section of price action here. And that's our minor little SR flip there. So with today's a banking holiday, And it moved quite nicely. If this candle makes a fair value gap up here, that'll be our unicorn. This is kind of like, if we don't touch this and we just start ripping, our next fair value gap will be our measuring gap. Actually, that is kind of it. We'll see what happens in the 5-minute time frame here. Good morning, good morning. Alex, market open was a party. Everyone should have taken that one. Only if it was obvious to you. You know, when it's obvious, that's your trade. But when it's not obvious, that's not your trade. Even though candlesticks are moving, you know, doesn't mean we got to trade. Bitcoin's just being ruthless. It's hilarious. It got me, and now it's going up. What's up, Brad James? How was your break? You had a break, right? Why not? Was a textbook NWOG play. It's hilarious. You're not even in the mentorship. You're funny. Still no sound, friend. Yeah, right. I took the turtle soup, but not the main move. Oh. There it is. You just had to turn your phone up. You even made me check. Have a master. You're funny, man. Rocket Man. Hello, hello. I waited for the 15-minute Matilda, and it so far is a killer. Hey, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. You did it. You waited, and it banged. Good job, buddy. Good job. You just put up the wrist, don't think about it, and then let her rip. So I'm looking in the 15-second here, and it just swept this double top here, but not this one here with this candle. So it's doing that annoying thing where it's generating shorts. Everybody's hooked on selling pressure right now. This 15-minute candle is looking very good. So we got 3 minutes and 50 seconds. 5-minute has closed above 2 down closed candles with a swing low. We've already hit targets. No, that'd be this candle. This candle's highs, targets for swing low. There. And it's looking kind of strong, to be honest with you. So we got a whole new little thing going on here with this 5-minute. It's more important than that fair value gap. It's a balanced range. No, that's what I was waiting for exactly. Well, good job, guys. You waited, you followed the model, you killed it, and awesome. Awesome. Like, you guys were playing a model and I was playing the profile. You know, I don't care if it comes all the way down here. I just want to be my 3-to-1. I was up, I think 400 ticks or something crazy. It was awesome. After banking one. It was awesome. So we have now swept minor buy side. So we really want to see what happens inside this 15-minute gap here. Does it use it as resistance and smash it even lower? I would laugh if that happened. Or does it rip right through, right back up into our gap and beyond? So target acquired, take that off now. For Tuesday and Wednesday, I will be doing members only AM streams. So get suited up. And maybe a Christmas giveaway for the YouTube members. Thinking maybe a trading computer with 7-screen compatibility and like 64 gigs. It's not a gaming computer, but it'll run charts real good. So I'm trying to think of some kind of contest that would be fair for everybody. Got any ideas? Hit me up. I'd love to hear them. So now that we've found displacement out of that gap, I'm studying this inversion fair value gap right here inside of this breaker. So this was that fair value gap that I was mentioning here, that we need a shot up and then a fair value gap. So if this sucker holds, we're in good shape. And we just want to see order flow kick in. Oh my goodness, look at that. Nice close. Sweet. So we're going to refine that and put it here. And we could also bounce right off the wick. So we don't have to trade down anymore, but I'll permit it to. But I do still like the idea of it smashing through this fair value gap here. The phone traders need it most, and they will probably lose a competition. Well, that's what I mean. Like the competition could be show me your worst setup, show me your most pathetic setup. I tried that in the 99 in the Discord, and everybody just had a killer setup, but one dude. So, best weekly P&L for the giveaway. No. Promotes discipline. No, if you got a best weekly P&L, you're killing it. You can buy your own computer. This is, I want it to go to somebody who really needs a computer. So we just touched the midway point of that right there. Boop. So really like to see it on this 15-second cycle get a nice shot up there and close above. Good thing I didn't try and long Bitcoin again. It's making this phony Adam and Eve double bottom. So it wasn't that candle, but this one opened and launched. That was nice. It looks like, yeah, Bitcoin's going to walk on that double bottom. Yeah, so Brett James, this morning hitting the 130 ADR and then seeing the model. I mean, I was in there like swimwear. I couldn't help myself. It was like, just slapped me right upside the face. You're stupid if you don't take that. And I was like, okay. But low risk, high reward, very nice. And man, I could be done for the rest of the week and be just completely, I have a 100% win rate this week. I know, right? Drop some emojis. And all I have to do is stop trading right now and I'm good. So let's take a little zoom in here. That 1 minute cycle closing, creeping closing just above the midway point, running into the upper quadrant and this fair value gap here. So Again, we need this to flip and just keep the order flow alive here. Now when we get, oh, that's far away too. One solid single snap through this guy would be preferred. I took the reversal off 50% previous week candle. Plus, if it was off 10 reversal time, then Sammy 5 minutes later he's taking bullish trading. yeah, word up. Yeah, he definitely scalped that really good. Like, he made money. You can make money, sure, if you pay yourself, like he does constantly. So the whole idea of this is we're going to permit it to come here. It doesn't have to, but we will permit it. And then how does it treat it now that it's here? So we're just going to zoom in here and see, well, this candlestick had no tail on it, so now it's got one. Ooh, that's the kind of shot up you like to see. 10 seconds, where does it close? So in the smaller time frames, it looks like it might make a little money printer, like the 1 second chart. Goes up, comes down, shifts structure, hits the fair value gap, and then rips right back for the blue box. Sadly, there's no tail here, but so it's got 2 more candles after this one to get back up into these wicks here for us to be confident in order flow remaining bullish. So now that we have our down close candle, we put this here and we need to close above. It'd be great if it made this a tail and then snap back up like it did here. If we get one single clean snap through this puppy, it would show us that we're coming here. It did close above the midway point, but it didn't get that one solid clean pass through. So it's not like it can't come here, but now I'm going, okay, where's the pool of liquidity? Here's a bearish order block. Or there's an order block here. So far this trend is up. So this would be our next spot to snap through. This is the bottom of the new week opening gap. So target 1 acquired, pay the trader if you're long. And now we'll let price come down to here now that we've SR flipped the down close candle. The fact that it's moving so nice today, it makes it easy to be able to do this. My private students know that it's not so easy and not so fluent all the time in its delivery. It can be rather ruthless. And this is what we would consider one-sided, right? It's to the point, it did its thing, took liquidity, everything's perfect. You've seen days where it's not one-sided. Imagine London, imagine that being your entire day. And we've seen that, or, PM session rather. And we've seen it a lot. So there's our next spot. Now this is the point, because we've hit the new week opening gap low, this is the point where we could see displacement. And that would be another shift in structure for more downside. Unfortunately, that'd be wild. So let's go to our daily chart and see where we're at. So we did run up into this fair value gap that we had on our charts last night, which was kind of like the bearish bias line in the sand. We needed to close a candle above that. And it was looking really bullish last night. Like I was like, okay, I guess we're bullish now. But it's not. So let's go back in intraday with that price. So that was the top. It delivered. Giant new week opening gap. We filled it. So now we're like, now what? I believe, the event horizon was in the daily time frame with the settlement on. I don't really play it. I just do that. It's good enough for me. Also, if you take this here, Brett James, bearish order block in the daily time frame. Brett James and everybody else that's on a higher time frame kick. Our 1/3 ADR, top of the day, was the bearish order block. So when you guys are amazed that I take these awesome trades and you're like, how did he do that? That's how I did it. Because this is perfect to me, man. Like, this is perfect to me. I don't ever want to do anything else but this. Ever. Like, I really don't. Like this, I just want to sit and wait for this beauty. And typically, you'll get about 2 of these a week. Okay, some of them are rude, some of them are nice, but typically you're going to get 2. And so often, if it's in a low resistance liquidity run, higher time frame run, you'll get a full ADR, and sometimes you could double it. And we've seen that freaking 1,500, 3,000 tick days. Crazy stuff. So we're trading back up into that new week opening gap now. Nice. So it's not showing a willingness to want to go lower. So look at what happened. We came down to our point of interest, and what did we do? We SR flipped the down close candles again. Fancy that. So no displacement. Displacement is where you get a very sharp run after, it's typically after, it's this right here. That's displacement. You've shifted structure, right? And then you've used it as support now. There's your trust me bro SR flip after the stop hunt that I tell you that's going to work out real good. And then you just got this signature unfolding. So we'll see how long it continues on. But I was going into the daily time frame to see if we have bottomed yet. Yeah, and now Bitcoin's ripping out that Adam and Eve. Man, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. It got me. I put my stop loss a little too tight. I just played the model, and let her be. So stop loss, I played the swing low in here, and my stop loss was right just underneath here, under the 786. Got me. She got me. And if she rips without me, then I mastered discipline today. One and done on BTC. So we've now closed above a down close candle. Again, if it was really, really strong, it would snap through this one single clean pass and leave a fair value gap. That's ideal. Just like that. Just like that. This one, no fair value gap, but order block. This one, fair value gap. Snaps through the swing high, leaves a fair value gap. So cool, man. Why so tight of a stop loss, friend? Because it's it or it isn't. That's how I live. I'm a what do you call it? Be all end all kind of guy. It's either it or it isn't. And well, I'll show you something else too. Okay, look. The fact that it's actually pumping right now is whatever. But I will show you that the top of the day was our money printer, right? So when I see that in London in the kill zone, I'm going, okay, well, maybe the top of the day is in. So sure, I'll give it a shot to see if it wants to freak out because it's been in attitude mode for a while, but I'm not forcing it. But you know, you play the discount, you try, and if it doesn't do it, then whatever. So I'm looking at this, okay, and I'm going, well, the profile itself is bearish. It's a protraction profile, just gorgeous. So if it wanted to continue into 2 p.m. run, I would assume that it would want to come up to, you know, so you split this, well, quadrants here. Okay, so yeah, sure, it could come back up to here. And if it did, great. It could come up to here and sweep this and then slam down for another shot. So I was considering that earlier because, you know, I'm just studying the all-time high stuff. It's like, whatever. And so I'm looking at this going, well, where's our protected low? It's way the hell down here. That's the protected low. That's the higher low. So typically I'm pulling my fibs from that puppy there. All right. So, you know, we've hit equilibrium or close to. Did we seek a discount today? That's what I'm going off of. So if it pumps and rips in my face, it's okay. But to me, man, I'm seeing one more dump today. So we've got some more down close candles. So we've hit the midway point of our interest inside of the discount of the new week opening gap. Okay, so we closed a 1 minute candle inside of it, but we didn't close one above the lower quadrant. So we're going to seek our points of interest here. And once we start, like, again, you want to see displacement. What is displacement, Master Friend? Tell me. I don't get it. It's obvious when it happens. It's like, oh, it's the one that makes you want to FOMO. That's displacement. And you're always looking for a retracement after displacement. And that's why everybody gets wrecked, because everybody starts chasing the displacement, and then when it comes back down for the 786, and I mean, this one was annoying. It didn't do it this time, and I would blame no Fed folder, but, you know, once you make, that's typically what we're looking for, right? This down in here or here, you know, but, yeah, that displacement there takes structure. That's what makes you FOMO. That's how you know you're going to want to counter trade yourself. So yeah, we will count our PD arrays in here, see which ones we're breaking. So our first fair value gap is here. Now, I'm kind of interested in this here. So let's drag that one right out, cross-reference this with the 15-minute, and look at where we've closed. We closed the 15-minute inside of the discount new week opening gap. We didn't quite, well, we got above the fair value gap in the 15 minutes cycle here, the midway point. And we've just retested that now. That's cool. So that fair value gap, that's the midway point there. So the reason why I'm showing you this is because you're likely panicking in a trade if it's coming against you and you're in a long and it's profitable and you're going, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. You know, I was just up 600 ticks and now I'm only up 400. And you can feel weird about it, but if you've got a good idea of where price is going, you know, you'll just sit there and watch the PD arrays do their work. But this candle here has no tail on it, so I really like the idea of it coming down here. Like, I mean, this is a definite spot we would want price to run from if it was bearish. So there's one pathetic little fair value gap right there. Other than that, nothing yet. And this here, that's our trend shift. That's our minor trend shift. So if we take that with violence and leave a fair value gap, we'd then be aiming for a discount. So when you're in this sort of scenario, you're going, what am I looking for? What does it want to do? If it shows you this and makes an order block off of the price point here and the fair value gap, order flow is still bullish. Because if it's bearish, it's going to want to snap through this very violently, even just short term. If it wants to bust through this candle, it's going to do it like nothing. And then I'll show you a willingness to go lower. And once it sweeps that pool of liquidity, you're going, okay, what do you want to do now? What are you doing next? Where's the obvious draw next? And it'll either friggin' launch off those stop losses or dive for more. Or make a little signature for you to get in sync with. That's what you're here to study. Sorcery, friend. Yes. Yes, one and done. Don't force trades. Don't revenge trade. There's just no need for it. It's just common habits, bad habits that beginners pick up on because they don't really have a lot of solid guidance. And you got all these pretenders that don't know what they're doing because they haven't found consistency and profitability to be able to teach it. Like, you can't teach it if you don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So there's like, yeah, get into a trade here. This is it. Quit your job in 30 days. Trust me, bro. Buy my course. And then, you know, then it just kills the whole trading aspect. You know, you're just like, ugh. And then everybody's a scammer and crypto's a scam and everybody loses. So why even bother trying to trade? 90% of people lose. You know, it's just discouraging, but you can do it. You can do it. Most of you have, you know, 2, maybe 3 mentors that are telling you the same thing. Stop trading. Stop trading. Go and do a demo. Study. Find out what you really like. And this is what I really like right here. This one. It's my baby. Even this way. Oh, it's even better. Oh, it's so beautiful. That's all I want to do, you guys. All 2025. And ICT sent us a challenge. So that was pretty cool. Challenge accepted, buddy. And I will be not public with it. So don't get your hopes up. What up, fools? Hey, it's Sniper. Meow. Meow. Oh, see that snap up we got right at the last second there? That's what we were looking for there. So we'll want to use this candle, perhaps this one, as support. So we want to see it continue back up on its journey and the midway point of our inversion fair value gap. Hocus Pocus. What's up? Derp, derp, derp. Sandy man, derp. Hey man, it's been a while. I love learning. It's not time for the PM reversal, so shouldn't we be mostly expecting a retracement here in lunch? Yeah. Glad to know that was it. Dang, I missed that D order block because the candles were so far away. The 15-minute Tilly, is that what you're saying? Or it says is that D order block. I'm retarded, man. Dynamic order block. Boom, boom. Saw that 130 yard drop. I know, right? That's all I want, man. London didn't do nothing, and then everything to be so beautiful. What's up, Emerson? Yeah, I didn't know. No, I did the 1 minute at the ADR. It made my model. That was it. I was in there. So fair value gap right here, coupled with this order block, that is pretty high probability. I'm going to get rid of that. It's bugging me out. Too much. No, I broke my engagement rule, I guess you could say, but as far as the profile goes, that's what I was playing. That's what I was mostly playing, not so much the candlesticks themselves, but the profile it was making. And man, that was awesome. Man, I love this so much. Even ICT liked my tweet this morning. It felt cool. I think we got the same trade. So speaking of which, Brett James, there's that lunchtime high we're aiming for. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You're so on point, buddy. It was hilarious. I was just like, yeah. So there's what we would like to see before another nasty drop. If it wants to give it, it could save it for tomorrow. And the fact that we dropped first today, well, we'll see where we close, I guess, eh? I just can't stop looking at it. Would you just look at it? Just imprint this in your brain. Marry it. It's the best thing in the world. So, remember when we were aiming for this guy? And when price came into here and it shot up off those stop losses, came back down for one more little sneaky poo here. Gave that candle a tail. And then a nice dynamic run off that. What we were looking for was a fair value gap in here to confirm a trend shift. And we didn't get that, right? No fair value gap. See? But we snapped up, closed above a volume imbalance with a fair value gap, an order block here, a proper order block. So that shows us continuation. And it could come sweep this double bottom. It totally could, you know, before we get up into here. It totally could, but it's just looking, that's pretty much what we're looking for, you know, especially down here. It gets sketchier as we get up, but look at how nice it was the whole way up. Boom, boom, boom. So this is another one of these guys here. I've got about 5 minutes till the party starts. I was like last 3 Bangling Holiday Monday Moose Sweet. I know, right? Vacuum block there. The good old Hawk Tua. So we just about on the 15-minute come in balance with this guy here. Unfortunately, that would, well, not unfortunately, but there was no fair value gap in this candle here. There's one pathetic one right there. Did it? No, it's balanced. There's no fair value gap. If we don't get above this candle here, we're going to dump pretty hard. The fair value gap's your ticket to support. And it's not always the case, but it just, that's what, it's like, you're going to go outside, you're not always going to get robbed, but you just better have a gun or kung fu skills if you live in Canada. So that one single clean pass below this fair value gap, totally lame. So we're going to need to see the same thing right there. And yeah, looks like it wants that little double bottom first. So this will be 1. Then we're looking to bust a volume imbalance. That's here. That would be 2. Then a mitigation block. That's here. That would be 3. We lose all of these, and then we start our journey downward. So I'm just going to paint this green for now, because this is an order block under a double bottom, which makes it really cool for a trampoline shot up. And if it's bearish, it'll just slap right down and not even blink. Who is going to try to rob a dude that's 7'10"? No, you're right. I don't get robbed a lot. In fact, people make it their mission to avoid me at all costs. Like, if they have to talk to me because I met them, like, you know, at the doorway of a store, they just go, "Oh, you're so tall." Yes, I know. Thank you. I grew it myself. Since they are face level and all. I'm not really sure what that means, bro. Okay, that was awesome. 1, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Yes. That's exactly what we wanted. Yes. Now use that puppy as support and launch through that box. This one. Right there. See this 15-minute down close candle? You know what we were doing in the 1 minute all the way up, right? 5 and 15 minute, guys. this is why you got to allow price to wiggle and not panic when it comes against you. Oh, I'm just going to take that. Nah, the algorithm does things, and it's pretty sweet. And when it's moving, you can count on it to repeat. That's the beauty. You just need it to move. Handshaking people's stop losses. Oh, yeah. I see. You're funny. Yeah, I lucked out. My wife is super tall, too. Like, I don't have to bend down to kiss her. She looks like a ballerina. Or right now, she looks like a bowling pin. Sexy bowling pin. She pregnant. So that's going to be fun. Another little rugrat. Looking forward to it. Dream about it every day. Come on, one single clean snap through that puppy. Wabam. 10 seconds. Oh, is it going to fall back? That's okay. So look at this swing high we got here with the fair value gap. It's doing that thing we like. Yes, come down. Yes, hit the fair value gap. Okay, now rock it. You could even come for the purple. I would allow it. But that's it. Now shoot. I love that double top. Yes, close above that fair value gap's consequent encroachment. 3, 2, 1, bonk. So not like it's showing strength. It's just not super duper strong. We get this candle here. We get back up above here, and we're sailing. She gonna sail. Definitely lost some viewers on that one. It's a joke. She laughed. I've been given the pass. It's okay. So this next 1 minute cycle here is what I would want to see get up. We got, well, maybe next 2, but see this 5 minute? Oh, it's getting really, really messy. Right there. And then we want that one there in the next 7 minutes. So this candle I would like to see above here now. You go up now. Back in that purple zone here. So this is it. It's time to make a decision. So it's going to be up to you and a bias. Do you think it comes back up for the equal highs up here? I do. Or do you think it's going to dump off these up close candles? All up to you. If I was wanting to see another dump, I'd be wanting to sell short above old highs. And, you know, in the 5 and 15 minute, we just didn't get that yet. So the next place, if it dumps for support on the 5 minute, would be down here. Next fair value gap to break is here on the 5 minute. Crazy. So that candle did not seek my point of interest. It came down, dabbed into this little double bottom here, and so far some sensitivity, but I'm really looking at this little puppy here. That was what we wanted to see. SR flipped. So it's got 4 minutes, 35 seconds left of the 15-minute cycle. Can we get above that down close candle? Badger, you here, buddy? I don't have a list of people on here. I could probably get one. What's up, Jay Baker? Whoa, that was wild. I was looking to the left, and then price all of a sudden was not where it was. Creepy. 3 minutes. If that continues and it runs here, I would consider, yeah. So if we don't snap off of these buy stops, or sorry, sell stops here, left a double bottom. Oh, it's so annoying. And look at it snapping back up. It's tough to get a read like that. You want it to be, especially the last little bit of this candle, you want it to be closing near the low of the candle. And that would show you that it's heavy. Just hit this fair value gap in the 15 seconds, started sinking. Two minutes left. It feels like an eternity already. So the 1 minute made the fair value gap. It came back up for the purple box, and now it's seeing sensitivity. So does it want to run into these stop losses here? Nice, yeah, right on. Nice. And a girl. My wife got her target this morning. No, I didn't give her the trade. She does her own thing. I don't do that. You know, she doesn't use me for nothing. Say I help her with, questions and stuff, but as far as like how she engages with price and what she does, that's all her. Not so much my mommy. So we got that 15-minute close to the downside. We have broken through some support here on the 5-minute. At the beginning of the live, you remember how easy it was to call price? And then when it starts being a little stagnant, it's not so easy, is it? It starts to get a little muddy and not so clear as to where it wants to run to next. Now, we did get some targets, the new week opening gap, but this is just the game you play. This is what happens. So that low there just dabbed into there, hit our 1 minute candle with, what was it? Was it the 1 minute? No, a 15-minute cycle here. 15-second cycle. No, it was the 1 minute. Boop, right there. Candlestick with no tail on it, and then seeing sensitivity. So 3, 2, 1, bang, close. And does that get used as support? Do we flip back out above here? We're in chop right now. Until we run from this specific gap here, we're in chop. So we're going to need to see a run off of this, not back to it. So that would look like this. Okay. You see how we closed above and we started to run away from it? And then we came into this fair value gap here. And you see this down close candle? It was being used as support up until it wasn't. Right? So this is where you go, okay, I'm just going to chill out for a minute. Let price do its thing. It hit its pool of stop losses. Let's see if that happens. See how it came back to it? SR flipped it. Why this one? Why this specific one? You can be the guess. But anyway, this is our little measuring stick here for now. We want to see price hit it and run from it in one direction or another. And then we can start measuring order flow in the 5-minute, get in sync with it, and maybe trade it. Why have all the PD arrays are using that one gap as the measuring stick? Because the algorithm made it and it loves it. And I studied it for a while and I kind of know how it's used in relation to time. It's the one we're nearing the macro and the 2 p.m. liquidity run. So I'm going to use the PD array that, it acts like a new week opening gap, first presentation fair value gap, new day opening gap, opening range gap, all the same. How we use it in relation to time. So now that it's completely balanced, efficiently delivered, we want to see price leave from it aggressively in one direction or another. And it looks like Bitcoin's going to rob that freaking double bottom as suggested and make another low today. So again, I would have loved to see NQ up in here before another dump. Maybe that was asking too much. Speaking of which, we've got 10 minutes till the 50-minute cycle closes, which is all I'm really interested in, and our 2 p.m. run. So I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in less than 5. You won't even miss me. All right. That was the quickest 5 minutes you ever had in your life. Because it's silence. Because of its salience. I know what that word means when I think about it, but when I read it, I don't get it. Why have all the PD Rays are using that one? Yeah, because it's just there. It's there. If it wasn't there, we'd be using something else. So, back in shop, as they're flipping it again, we'll just sit and wait. The waiting game. So, same rules apply. We need to take this aggressively with a fair value gap for me to say, oh yeah, we're going down now. Now this is a breakout trader's nightmare here. Anybody who's trying to catch a breakout is getting wrecked. And if that's you, don't do it. Don't do it. If I'm not trading it, it's not like you can't find a scalp. Okay, but, we're looking for something really funky here. And just so far, it's not presenting itself. That's what she said. Good one. Hey, you're welcome, bro. Man, the bottom could be in. We could just chop in here the rest of the day, to be honest with you. We don't have to do anything. Banking holiday. No, so far that was our bottom. Man, it's just so messy. It's tough to say. I mean, clearly there's this big giant bugger here. Oh man, that would cause a lot of liquidations. Everybody's so hopped up on goofballs right now. The bear flag just got stopped out. It's above support, blah, blah, blah. Man, I really like this. Like, I can't get over this. I just can't do it. Like, as much as I want to be bullish, I just can't get over this. It's so clean. And then there's these, like, it's just left bait all the way. Why couldn't it dump? Oh, that's funny. Check this out. You know, people be doing stuff like this. Right? Grabbing the trend line, putting their stops there. Bam! Oh, sorry. Remember that double bot top we were aiming for a while ago? It knew week open gapped into it. That's why you don't leave trades over the weekend. You never know what's going to happen geopolitically where, you know, just like ICT says, you know, bombs can go off, stuff can happen it's usually over the weekend where you have no control over your positions and then you just accept your fate at market open. So these guys were wrecked on market open, wrecked again, or thoroughly. I don't know if we're going to break through this. I have no expectations today. Again, if you're just joining, no expectations. I took a trade with zero bias. I just woke up and seen the thing, and it was there. We're just kind of studying price and seeing what could materialize if anything wants to. And we did get that shift in structure here, the fair value gap right in here. Really pathetic, but it counts. Even if it's one tick, it still counts. So that one was 2 ticks. So it just took these stops here. Beyond that fair value gap, there's not another one up until here, which is our spooky box. So double peek in the 15-minute here. Watch this. If we're going to find support, it's going to be on here. Right there. If not, we're going to run that out violently. I like that. That looks kind of cool. If we take that swing low aggressively, we'll continue down. And we just sit here and wait. So 2 minutes, 45 seconds for this 15-minute cycle to close. I don't see any instructions that say we're going to be running out liquidity. I just don't see them. And they might be there, but I'm not ICT. But as far as my understanding of this, I don't see anything that says we're going to like freak out one way or the other. I'm going to call my channel Trading Boredom. The bored traders. So let's go check out Bitcoin for a minute. So this was the Adam and Eve that I was considering here at the time. Even though I got stopped out, I was still, it could run. And I'm glad I didn't chase. If I would have chased, I'd be underwater right now. I'm pissed off. So, anticipating that we could get one more low and run out the quote-unquote support here was so far a good analysis. And this is exactly what being calm, cool, and collective is in your trading. You take your shot, you're one and done, and this is why. Because this is what you guys aren't getting. Okay, when you're playing the money printer, I've given you an algorithmic model to play that repeats, and it's not like it typically will give you something. Okay, now realistically, the play was kind of right here. There's the 2022 model or whatever. It's sloppy, I get it, but again, there's crypto's not perfect, not like the NASDAQ. But anyway, when it is perfect and it runs, you won't question it. You won't have to question it. It won't be up for debate because you'll be in profits and it will be running. Because when the money printer is perfect, it's perfect. And that's all there is to it. So when it's not perfect and it wants to be lethargic and it doesn't want to do anything, I'm not interested. See, it's algorithmic. It repeats over and over and over again. You could even say that, that was a deep dig. I wouldn't, but still, let's say for pretend that I put my stop loss below this low, right? And I get in on the 786. That would have been in profit, at least something, right? If I didn't have my stop loss too close there. It would have been in profit something, and you can always bank something. There's a double top right here for you to sell your position into. So it's not like it didn't give anything. It just wasn't the thing today. And that's where people bug out. That doesn't look too good for long. And that's when people bug out and wreck themselves. They just can't accept that they didn't see it right, or it had nothing to offer that day. That's all there is to it. It just had nothing to offer me today, and that's fine. Tomorrow's a new day. Lots of valuable lessons to be learned here if you're just here to hang out and better yourself as a trader. It doesn't even matter what system you're playing. I don't knock anything. I teach you when it's really good to go. Whatever system you're playing. But you guys can find a lot of value in my experience, especially if you're really struggling. Board traders are paid very well when the time is right. Stacy Dop. What's up, buddy? Welcome. Stacy Dop. Were we hanging out on Discord recently? Was that you? No, that was Daphne. Trippy, I want to name my daughter Daphne, and then this lady Daphne messages me. Thought that was cool. So we're almost at that price point. We want to see some sensitivity off this. What is sensitivity? You'll see. You will see. It will be sensitive. It will either run from it or through it, typically. Yes. Oh, that is you. Right on. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the purple stuff. See, now we need this to launch. If we're bullish, we need it to launch and run for this guy here. If it stays lethargic and really lame, it's likely going to want to break through that blue order block. And again, I don't know today. Beyond what already happened, I got nothing for you for bias or direction, just studying. Today's study day. Reminder, members only AM streams next 2 days. Trying to learn all the jargon and laughing my butt off on X with all the bickering. Yes. Isn't it? Man, you know how we used to watch like TV for like entertainment back in the day? I'm telling you, Twitter is my entertainment. Like you can just go to anybody's page and giggle. Careful of the Doom Lord. The Doom Lords though. They'll get you. See that little snap up there in the 15-second chart? That's great. So we need a fair value gap in here, meaning it cannot come and touch this candle's wick. Don't do it, you little bugger. 3, 2, 1, boom, fair value gap. So I know it's pathetic, but it can still do its job, trust me. So we're looking still for this price point here to get rated. Before, oh, we didn't even touch that. Uh-oh. And there's no tail in that candle. Uh-oh. Not looking promising now. Good thing we zoomed in. Yeah, anyway, X is so awesome. It's just like, you can get all sorts of, you get comedy, drama, sci-fi. Boom, Bitcoin just dropped and hit that sell side liquidity pool. So I'm interested to see if it starts running and rushing downward from here. If that's the case, NASDAQ will likely want to drop too. Man, right when I was taking a short this morning, I heard Tanya go, I don't want to pick a top. And I was just like, short. It was awesome. So now we've finally hit the freaking price point. So see how it just launched off of it immediately? If we keep that up and it just rips for this, we could be in, yeah, that's the new one now here. Could be in really good shape, but that's not cool. You don't want to see that. Yeah, that doesn't look promising. Oof, that looks better. Oof, that looks a lot better. Take it. A little harder. Nice. Nice. Now just leave a fair value gap. Don't touch this candle. And we'll be cool. Got a little baby breaker right here. And now we need a little unicorn. There it is. There it is. If that holds, we go up now. So we're nearing the end of the macro. This 15-minute candlestick now needs to close above here for us to remain bullish. We just want order flow to kick in. And if it, here's where people have trouble. Okay, order flow. You don't have a really good keen eye for it yet, and that's why you're here to study. When order flow kicks in, you won't have to question it. Just like the 1 minute all the way up here, everything just worked out. It was great, and that's exactly what we want to see here. So we're using time and price to determine if we're going to run out liquidity to the upside. So as long as we close above that down close candle, man, that would be good. we could all use this session very well today for studies. 3 PD arrays broken. You next. The 15-second unicorn. I know, right? Hey, stay out of the 1 minute chart. Stay out of the sub 1 minute chart. It's all noise in there. Don't go in there ever. You can't go in there. Stay out. It's so funny. So Bitcoin taking that sell side liquidity pool and launching off of it. What a butt nose. This thing is just trashing people today. It's not even funny. So 5 minutes and 51 seconds. When I say the time, and you can see how much of a delay there is on your clock. It'll always be precise. Should be like 3 seconds. 5 maximum. If your live button's pushed. So look at that displacement out. It's not displacement, but look at that sensitivity. Out of, it was this up close candle here. Mitigation block. Okay, so once it came down for the chasers, it hit another breaker point here in the 15-second chart. Gave that candle a tail, and look at, so now this is looking good. 5 minutes left. This is looking real good. So the 15-second with the fair value gap on the order block proper. I'd like to see that hold. 5 minute closing above a down close candle after hitting breaker. That looks really good. I kind of want to I'm FOMOing right now. Like I'm like pre-FOMO. I got the pre-FOMO-itis. And I have to fight it. When I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to dive for my phone right now. It's like, no, slap my own hands. Sit back. You won today, do nothing. Silly dude. Yeah, I'm plagued too. Congratulations. When are you due? Thanks, bro. I think my birthday, actually. We're just going old school, man. We just kind of like, whatever. It's kicking in there, so it's good. But, yeah, probably like April. That 1 minute Matilda is the 15-second unicorn. There you go. Look at you go. There you go. And the 15-minute Matilda is the 1 minute unicorn. And the 2 hour Matilda is the 15-minute unicorn. And the daily Matilda is the 1 hour unicorn. Price is fractal. Yeah, man, you can't get that amount of insight without actually studying and doing the hard work. So congratulations, buddy. Once you start to see that stuff, your brain is now went full fractal. So we took that shift in structure here very well. Now, is this the most beautiful sell short signal ever, or is this a retracement for the long up, back up into the range? This is what plagues us, right, Brett James? It's really tough to say, and you have to have a bias. Where is price likely going? That's the narrative. Where is it going to want to seek liquidity? Well, it just came from liquidity, and our closest equal highs is up here. So that's the narrative. Where does it want to go? Here. Why? Because it just takes people's money. That's why. Who's in profits right now? Well, the shorts are. They're chasing price. So where's their stops? Trust me, bro. Resistance. All right. So if we then get our model, which we technically did here, right? and that was the entry. Wink, wink. No, I'm not in it, but you know, if you were using that candle's wick as an entry, you would have just had to hold for a little bit of garbly. But if you were stuck on this as an entry, the order block's body, look at it. Boop. Immediately in profits. And you don't have to question it. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is freaking gorgeous. Down close candle now supporting price here. Oh man, this is awesome. So now we SR flip that and we run from it. That would be great. 30 seconds. Where do we close? Now I'm seeing instructions. 15 seconds. Don't you dare close below that body. Five, four, three, two, one. Boom! Got it. Tomorrow, I'm finally getting those extra screens. Nice. Nice. Why do you believe that price will take the high instead of just reversing below the order block? It has taken some shorts in this retracement. How do you know it will make another high to sell short? I don't. But the algorithm told me that it's going to run out liquidity to the upside. So I'm just going with what it's telling me right now. I don't know that for sure, but you know, I'm just following the rules, bro. You take liquidity, there's a double bottom. You make the order block here. You've found support on the order block and made an order block. So I just go up now until it shows me it wants to go lower. And it'll be obvious because it'll railroad this candle like nothing, and then you could use it as resistance for a short if you were convicted it was going down. I mean, it I don't know what you mean, bro. Like I'm aiming for this double top up here. The candle just comes launching and stomping on the longs. Love to see it. Bam. So there's our sensitive price point we want to see. Sensitivity out of here, just like this one. Same thing. So what indicates it will further? Well, order flow, bro. We got down close candles supporting down close candles. So until we start closing below up close candles, wink wink, I'm bullish. So we came up, we hit this bearish mitigation block here in the rejection block. You can pick this one too. Boop. We did find sensitivity. So I would have, if look, we hit resistance already, right? Algorithmic resistance. We hit it. It showed us a willingness to go higher off the bullish order block. If it was bearish order flow, we would be railroading these bullish PD arrays. So until it starts doing that, it goes up. Hey brother, are you on board with the 29th to the 5th to pull back on BTC? Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah. Heavens, yes. I would like that. So it's not that Bitcoin has to pull back. It's that I invite it, and if it does it, I know I'm going to long the crap out of it with probably big risk because I've been waiting for a proper dip for like weeks. Actually, I did get one and I got stopped out in October. Frick. Oh, it was so annoying. Look for it. A lot of people are saying the same thing always happens. Let's see. Ooh, oh, really? A lot of people are saying it? Well, it's probably not going to happen then. I counter trade everybody. I counter trade the masses, bro. And I do quite well. Because nobody really knows what they're doing. But they talk a good game. It's like Jim Cramer. Buy Bitcoin. It dumps. That guy is the Oracle God. Yeah, Kevin Van Camp. You know, we're in an uptrend. So let it uptrend. But in order for you to get in sync with that uptrend, you got to wait for the dip. Just like any other trend. Yes. Chris Cisco, you're awesome. You called the short the second Jim said that. I did, didn't I? I closed my trade. It pumped up just a little bit more, and I told you it was going to do that. I said, do I care? I'll show you. I'll show you exactly what happened. And it's looking really, but we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, no shame in that game. That was a wicked one. Because I know Jim Cramer sucks. So I turtle soup these stop losses here, this double bottom here, and it was up, right? And then Sam's like, yes, I'm long. Boom. We got our little retracement. Starts creeping up. What happened was I was up here, and my terminus was here. Right? So it started to come down, and somebody said, Jim Cramer called the top. And I went to Twitter, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he did. Because lots of people have been sending out Photoshop stuff. Anyway, I capitalized on the majority of that price run, and I was mentioning with you guys that, am I going to be upset that I didn't catch that exact top? No, I'm not. Even if it rips a little bit past, I'm an intraday trader. I just want my piece and get the hell out. I don't care if it moons. I'm not holding for unrealistic expectations. So, and then immediately, it's not hard to call short when Jim Cramer calls long. It's not. And there's your bearish money printer. And it's perfect, by the way. Boop. And then she tanks, so there you go. But yeah, I know it can be like, oh yeah, is that shift B in your guys' screen? I can't get rid of it. Crazy. What's up, Masking? Haven't made any trades since I watched your risk management video. Just been buying more spot. Hey, good. You're positioning yourself nicely for a run up. So our 5 minute does have a fair value gap. No shift in structure. It's the only thing that's missing from this little setup here, but we'll see what happens. A little bit of displacement there. Hit these sell stops here. Didn't quite get the sensitivity back to the upside that we'd like to see. It's kind of a line in the sand here. And yeah, see, I was mentioning in and around here that we don't have to get a price run today. Like this afternoon, it could just chop out all afternoon, and we've seen this so much. And so we were looking for order flow to kick in. It looked like it was going to kick in, and immediately, remember what I was saying? Bearish order flow will slap through this like nothing. And so, Brett James, you were saying that it swept liquidity. Sure, people are trailing their stop losses in here, right? But I got a sneaky suspicion it's going to want to eat these guys here at some point this week. And that's also in our new week opening gap, I think, right? Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you again, my friend, for all the information. You're a wonderful teacher. Time to head back outside and cut some more wood. The weather's beautiful. Nice. Attaboy. Get her done, bud. Nice. And look at that. Look at that. Just absolutely slapping through that order block here. So, you, mister, let's see if we snap through it. Mr. Brett James. And yeah, you're basically ready to leave the nest, eh? You can stop listening to me now. Once you know, you stop trading aimlessly. Yeah, that too, eh? And there goes Bitcoin doing the dipski dive. See ya. It's unfortunate, but whatever. Right through that double bottom, man. Amazing. I'm asking. So let's investigate. And it's snapping up already. Like this, it's showing us a willingness to not want to run. Still, like it just doesn't want to run. It's just bouncing in between PD arrays. It does this a lot. So this price point, if you were just simply following the model here and nothing more, this offered 113 ticks, and 40, 50, 60 ticks is a nice payday. 80 didn't quite hit a 3-to-1, had 6 ticks in drawdown. So depending, but everybody should be paying themselves. We'll typically offer you something, but if you would have paid yourself and then moved your stop up once you closed up above, all that happened would have been a secured position. Let's see if it's going to run in one direction in the time we want to see. We don't want to see it doing this stuff. It's purge and reverting. People call it seek and destroy, but that's not quite seek and destroy. Equal lows here, getting that snap up. It's annoying. It's annoying. So the breakout traders are just getting absolutely trashed. Look at, trust me, bro. SR flip, boom, wrecked. You see it just whoop, boom. They hate us. They really do. Off to lunch. Thanks, friend and friends. See you later. Peace out, Brett James. God bless you, buddy. Look at that. Just snap right back down for all the emotional traders here. They got it the worst. So this is technically a bearish breaker here if we were to go to the downside. And if that gets broken, it's not that you can't trust it. It's that the order flow is showing you a willingness to not want to go anywhere. So, it's got like another 5 minutes here, and I've lost interest, mostly because of this candle taking out this one. All right, and then finding support here. I've just lost complete interest. If I seen this in the morning at about 10:15, I would leave the charts. I would not continue to trade. So I will leave you with this. You can pick your bias. Where would you like to see price go this afternoon for whatever reason? And I want you to use your order flow skills to determine which way that's going. So just stick with a 15 and a 5 minute chart. okay, and use your order flow skills in here to determine which way it wants to go. When it shows you a willingness to want to run, if it does, aim for the double tops, single highs, or relative equal highs, or if you're short, Brett James, just aim for that low there. Definitely this one. But the next one under there is right in here. And there's these equal lows right in here, bro. So if it wanted to really give some oomph, it could get down there easily. But 52 seconds, it's already showing sensitivity. It's annoying. So I'm going to leave that here. It was a great study day, perfect Monday. And I hope you guys, pray you guys keep it light, keep it tight this next little few weeks. Don't force it. And to the members, YouTube members, it's $5. We'll be doing live streams tomorrow morning and the next day. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Peace out.